Welcome to our channel Lighting Vision. Today Mother will continue on the subject of the couple. I'm not going to say ideal couple today because we're talking about conflicts. Welcome Mother.
Thank you.
Well, it's actually, you mentioned that conflicts are a good thing in a couple. It depends on how we take it. And at the end of the last video, I told you that I admire the way you interfere when when you see something, because you do it with such patience and such love. But in couples, I was saying that people, when they criticize, they do it with lots of aggression, sometimes violence. So how can people take something positive from a criticism if it's said with such aggressivity? Because usually when people get into conflicts, they are really upset with one another. So how can they take this information and try to apply it in a positive way?
Yes. Well, conflict, I wanted to say a conflict is a means of working constructively on yourself, basically. So when somebody gives you criticism, and mainly in a couple, it often is when there's a conflict and it becomes aggressive, and that can even come to violence. Of course, in that kind of situation, it's difficult to take the message, because you are upset, or you reject it, or there's something that for you doesn't work. It's the way it is said. Well, if you can, little by little, calm down and come to yourself and realize that what's important is that you realize that even if you don't shout, and you try to stay calm and to say it the best way you can, aggression is not only on the side of the person who is shouting and yelling and gesticulating. Aggression is a state of mind. That's the first thing you have to realize in a couple. What do I want to say with this? I think that many women who do not use physical violence, not even start shouting and yelling, they do not realize that they can be very aggressive. But it's brought on in another way. So the first thing you have to learn in a couple is to know that men and women do not treat the subject of aggression and criticism in the same way. A man either is quite detached and he can tell it in quite a normal way, what we call a normal way, until he gets somewhat triggered in his vulnerable points, and then he will get upset in his way and he starts being aggressive. A woman is not. That depends on the women, but many women will start perhaps crying and then start shouting when they're upset, when something in them is touched, or when they're badly hurt. And then we will say the man is aggressive because he starts shouting, and she cries, but she is the vulnerable part. I think the first thing you have to realize is that is not always true, and I would even say not true. She is as aggressive as he is, but she doesn't realize it, and she brings this forward in a feminine way. Women should realize that they accuse men of being aggressive and violent and dominating. Oh yeah, yes, that's part of the masculine structure, and I will not defend it. If this presents itself in that way, I will say, yes, this is domination, this is aggression. But women also have their way of being aggressive, but it's in a far more disguised way, and that is one of the problems that couples have to learn to work with. Men know this, and they try to deal with it in their own way. If a man enters his house, or a room and he feels a certain kind of energy, he will immediately know that this is feminine energy with suppressed aggression. She is not happy. And he will immediately have his own way of self-defense. Many men will go out, quit the place, come back later, try to escape. They don't say anything. They come in. They go straight to their desk, to their own room, or to a place where they are safe. But women will tell you they were not aggressive. They were sad, or they had a bad day, or somebody bullied them and they were not happy. Yes, but that's aggression. By a man, this is felt as aggression. And that's the reason why a man tries to get away from it. Because he knows that if he doesn't do the right thing or doesn't say the right words, this aggression in a woman will come up, but she will not start hitting him because she doesn't have the physical force for that. But she will do it in other ways. She will say hurtful things. Because she knows, as I already said in another video, his weak points. And she will say exactly what is hurtful for him. So that he will feel sad or even worse, inferior, or she will inferiorize him in her own way. And I think, and it's not that I think, I've seen it, that many women do not realize their strength. And if this is used in a negative way, their own kind of destruction in a couple. Because they are not violent in an open way, in a primarily way. I mean, men are aggressive and they do that. Women do not do that. So they intend they are not aggressive, and this is not true. And I think it's one of the main reasons why aggression in couples is not understood. Because we also always look in the direction of men. And of course there are psychologists that start looking more and more in the direction of women. But even if they do that, there will not be many women that will recognize this problem in themselves. Because they will tell you, but I didn't do anything. And they do not realize that what they were thinking all day long, or very often, or for weeks, or for months, or for years, that's part of them, their thoughts, their negative thoughts. They will perhaps exteriorize what they are really thinking about him when they have their periods, or when something is really, they have a very bad day, and they will start saying things. Just a phrase like that. Yes, but he is badly hurt. He feels it as a knife. But for her it's just a word. For him not. And that's what I call knowing oneself. So I do not want to say that many divorces where women feel the victim, there is nothing of that kind. No, because he also has his part in the conflict. But I will still defend the vision that she does not know very often what she is doing towards him. Because it's from an outer plane, from an outer point of view. Nothing. She just says a phrase like that. Yes, but something in her knows exactly what she says. And she knows how to put a knife in it. And then she feels better, because yes, but she feels better. He also feels better when he gives a few good uppercuts. You understand? Well, this feeling better, by just letting something go out of oneself and the other one receives it, and you don't know anything. The problem is on the side of women, because if men start hitting, it's visible, and if women start hitting, it's not visible. So if women could only become more aware of their own strength and art of destruction in couples, it would be a good thing, and we would take a step in the right direction. And I have seen this a lot.
So what do you recommend? You recommend when a woman to really look inside and see what is making her upset or aggressive?
No, I think the first thing they have to do is to realize, just to accept the idea that they have their own way of being aggressive and destructive and negative. And it's felt in the same way on the level of the partner. So when she feels that he is aggressive and hurtful, she's doing exactly the same thing. But the way she's doing it is different.
Okay. So you're saying as soon as the woman feels that he is aggressive, it means automatically that she is aggressive as well?
In 9 out of 10 cases, something in her either provoked it or is at the same moment also with him in the ring, and yes, but in another way.
So women should learn to exteriorize their anger.
No, not necessarily, because if we start hitting each other, the two of us, that doesn't solve the problem. No, but becoming more aware of what's going on inside.
Okay, so it's work deep down inside. We have to understand
What's going on
what's going on
in yourself.
Okay.
On a daily basis. And that's, I'm not against working women outside, but I'm afraid that if a woman is all the time working outside and she comes home and then hurry, eating children to bed, she will have very little time to be occupied with what she's really feeling and living. And that's what's creating a lot of separations in this world. Because I think a woman is, and I can talk about it in the next video, I already talked about it in other videos, a woman has a big responsibility on this level. Because a woman is far more on the emotional feeling side of life and of herself. But if she's all the time elsewhere in her life, and she has no time to go inside and to look what's going on, then her problems will become a real problem in the couple. Because of this responsibility that she has. She is not responsible for the partner, but she will create a situation in which she doesn't even realize that she's also destructing something in the relationship. She has no time to look at it. And in any way, he is the one who's he's faulty. Well, that is destructive. But it might still be a long road for women, well, depends on which women, but it might be a road for a woman to realize this deeply and to become conscious of it. Because knowing that this exists and this might be the reality on a daily basis is one thing, but seeing it in yourself and being able to stop it or to guide it in another way, that's quite a path. But still, I think it's the way to create something better in this world.
Okay. Thank you, Mother. So thank you for watching. I hope you understood the context of this video, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a good day.
Kept in heaven's energies, an angel comes and takes us up to a land of light. Each night when we go to sleep, we're leaving earthly reality. We're stepping out of our clothes of dust in dresses bright. Silent night, starry sky, the moon shines, where am I? Silent night, peaceful dreams, carried over on silvery beams. Silent night, starry sky, the moon shines, where am I? Who remembers remembers what he's been told up in heaven's paradise, where he is taught with loving care about wrong and right. Who remembers what he's been told by spirits so pure and wise? They protect us with true devotion all through the night. Silent night, starry sky, the moon shines, where am I? Silent night, peaceful dreams, carried over on silvery beams. Silent night, starry sky, the moon shines, where am I? Silent night, starry sky, the moon